Hello and welcome to a little video I wanted to make on my YouTube channel here about YouTube disabling dislikes. You might as well remove them. All politics aside, let's just talk logistics, right? We got dislikes and likes. Each of these things represents something. They're there for a reason. And if we go all the way back, it starts with the 5-star rating. You're declaring what you think is the value of this video, and that's data for someone else to go and look at. They can go and see, okay, well, someone gave this a 1, someone gave this a 5. Now that wasn't very effective, so they switched it over to the likes and dislikes, because everybody was so polarized anyways. They'd either say it's a 5, they'd either say it's a 1, so everything was 4.5 for the longest time. So you know what? They were like, okay, might as well just flip it on the both sides. We'll have the likes and we'll have the dislikes, which worked perfectly. And you know what? I can tell you a million reasons this worked perfectly. But rather than doing that, I would rather give you examples of after they've removed these dislikes, the experiences I've had that have just illuminated why they should not have done it in the first place. One of the first things that happened, I see a Harry Potter trailer and it looks like a new Harry Potter movie. Boom, I watched like about a minute into the video. I'm like, this looks weird. Go into the comments and bam, there it is. It was a fake trailer, but you wouldn't know because you can't see the dislikes, and normally on those types of videos all the dislikes are right there for you to see, so you're like, oh, this is not worth my time. Another reason, last year I was trying to get a 2014 phone to connect to the internet, but I went through like 5 videos where all the videos were not helpful and they all had dislikes, so I just went right through them till I found one video with like barely any views and a bunch of likes, and boom, all the comments were saying thank you so much. That's how I knew. It's data. The likes and the dislikes tell you something, and they allow you to evaluate something for yourself before you decide whether or not you want to spend your time on this video, because there's plenty of videos that might better suit what you're looking for. And that's fine. There's a value to certain things. Not everything has the same value as everything else. This is the way things are. That's fine. There's a value in that fact, because that allows us to understand what works and what doesn't work. As soon as we start to deny these things and take certain parts away, now you really start to confuse it all. You take out the dislikes, and for me, I can't evaluate anything now. And it made me realize too, every time I open up a YouTube video, that's the first thing I would check is like to dislike. Like my eyes actually scroll right there and I look just to see what's the basic opinion on this video. You want to see how people are feeling about things as a person, as a human, because that's real. That's a real thing. It's almost inhuman to just represent just the likes. And you can make the argument that, okay, well, other social medias only show the likes. There's no dislike on Facebook. There's no dislike on Twitter. No dislike on TikTok. But YouTube is not those things. YouTube is a utility. I would even argue that YouTube is the best video streaming service there is. At least it was, and it has been for a long time. If YouTube continues to move in this direction, and we all know why they do these things, I don't even think it's worth completely jumping into, but it is worth saying that it all goes back to that beautiful adpocalypse of 2016, I believe. If that never happened, I mean, I think that everything's heading in this direction anyways. And it's sad, man. It's sad. YouTube is my favorite streaming platform. It's my favorite social media. It's my favorite thing to use. And to see it slowly decay is very, very unfortunate. If it stays this way, there's gonna have to be an alternative, because it's dysfunctional to have such a basic, integral core feature be mutilated in such a way. There's not even a reason to have the dislike there. And that's the other part I wanted to get on. It lowers the incentive for you to dislike a video, which I think is also part of the reasoning for them doing it. You're gonna go and you're gonna look at the video and you're gonna be like, oh, well, if I dislike it, nobody's gonna even know anyways, so what's the point? Might as well just go on by. And it's kind of true. If nobody knows whether or not you disliked the video, why even dislike? It's going to, over time, really start to tip the scale, and everything's just gonna be likes. Nobody's gonna be disliking anything if you can't see the amount of dislikes. Nobody really cares that much. Most people don't. Most people just dislike just to put that out there and move on their way. That's the thing they do before they comment. They're either gonna like or they're gonna dislike. So you take that out of there, and now that person, they're not even gonna interact. They'll just leave it alone. That's even worse than a dislike, because now you have nothing. Now you have zero interaction. It really doesn't make sense from even the standpoint of YouTube. If it continues like that, if they don't change it, if they don't find some kind of halfway, it's just not gonna get better, then I truly do believe that within the next 5 years, we're gonna have a new competitor to YouTube, because they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're cheddar bobbing it. It's really, really unfortunate, because YouTube really, really is the best platform for video streaming. It's one of the best platforms for people to get themselves out there. It's really the only place, in my opinion, for true long-form content to thrive. And to see that slowly decay is again, truly a disservice to the greatness that YouTube represents, or at least represented through the independent people that would push that platform to new heights. There is so much ingenuity and intuitiveness out there for independent creators to put out, and to see that stomped down constantly in the name of corporate entities and political interests is truly sickening. And all we can do is go out here and make these videos and talk about these things and try to represent the viewpoint that YouTube is a utility for us to use. We're to the point where if you don't understand something, you Google it or you look it up on YouTube, and this change right here makes that functionality so much worse, because now you're gonna spend way more time on things that you shouldn't be spending time on. And let's be honest, a lot of this has to do with watch time and how much time you're gonna sit there evaluating whether or not a video is actually something you need to see, because you don't have all the data that you used to have based on what some dude in some suit said in some boardroom in some place. You know, it really is as simple as that. It's not more complicated. Whatever wordplay they use, it's very easy to see through things when they are painted with such broad strokes. You really need to look past the colorful language, look at the basic public opinion, look at the way that people respond. We gotta come together, folks. We truly know what's going on here, but I guess money talks. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's not just something that goes away. If they just leave this alone, they just leave the dislikes gone, YouTube is functionally worse. If they don't fix it, we're stuck here. And then we need an alternative. I love YouTube. This is from love, because it truly is a platform that can thrive. But I mean, dude, if we're just TV now, if we're just talk shows, if we're just Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert and NBC and no dislikes to represent what people actually want to see on the platform, then yeah, the platform's not gonna stay with the people. It kills me, because again, I love YouTube. I love this platform. And if you love this platform, I hope that you like this video, you comment on this video, share this video, put your own thing out there, you say something yourself. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we have to speak out about, or else we're stuck here. And the platform is just generally worse. And I guess it's good, because I mean, we're probably gonna need an alternative in the end. It's gonna happen eventually. So maybe this pushes us in that direction, but it's still sad that we're here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this. It's been eating at me. I've been trying to put my thoughts together in a cohesive way, so I hope I did that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be seeing you soon. I just got this new microphone. I got brand new music coming soon, brand new podcasts all the time. 2 new ones with Vaughn Lambo and my boy Kane the Great. All that you can find right here on my YouTube channel. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, whatever it is. All those places. Thank you so much for being here. Ruse, clocking out.